Welcome everybody. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. So let's begin seated tall, supremely still. Close your eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Let's continue with the Om Namah Shivaya mantra beats, which means live out the inner light. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So, come on in. I'm going to start off with some spiritual discourse. As some of you might know, it was Diwali a couple of days ago, and Diwali is like the festival of lights. And the significance of that festival is that it's meant to pull us out of the darkness, out of the sickness, out of the death, into truth, into life, into truth, reality, and light, and out of death, basically. So what I usually think about in Diwali is the guru, because the guru is who takes us out of who gives us the knowledge to pull us out of the darkness, gives us knowledge to enlighten us so that we can come into, to realize ourselves and to find union with God. And so the guru is a very significant person in our path to achieving self-realization. And it's a little bit of a tricky concept for a lot of people. A lot of people that doesn't resonate with them because they think there are many different reasons. They think that they don't want to elevate someone, they don't want to put someone onto a pedestal, they don't think that necessarily someone has higher insight or higher knowledge than they do. We're all equal, we're all the same, so why should we bow to somebody? And maybe some of us just don't like to be told what to do. So there's many reasons, right? But in order to achieve self-realization, we have to pass through everything. So we're not going to be able to attain self-realization until we pass through all these different stages. And in order to achieve self-realization, to come to the place where we can actually impart knowledge and be of service to others as well, we have to first be the student. We have to first learn to be obedient. And as hard as that sometimes is a concept to us, it's something that we still have to go through. Think of a general in an army. They're not going to be able to be the most effective leader that they can unless they've gone through the ranks of being a soldier, right? And so in order for them to be able to strategize, they have to know how their soldiers are thinking. They have to know how their enemies are thinking, because a lot of times, when they're going through that same type of role, that type of task, a lot of times there's a lot of commonality, whether they're playing on your side or not, right? So it helps to have that knowledge behind you in order to be able to be more effective at what you're doing, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a general in the army, whether you're a parent, etc., etc., etc. So this is the idea of a guru really speaks to me. And it's just, someone who's like a teacher who has a great idea, a great deal of knowledge, and who's able to see, be able to impart the knowledge in a way that you can understand. So a guru's job is to basically shed the light on what you need to know in order to be able to have you go out in the world and continue to impart that knowledge and to benefit others, right? So you have to give them due credit. They have a big job to do. They have to sort of relate to every student that they have and be able to share with them the knowledge that in a way that they'll understand. And so, they're, like my teacher always says, in order to, the highest form of karma yoga, that's selfless service, is to impart spiritual knowledge. And very significant spiritual knowledge of the self. Because that is what is going to help us to attain self-realization, which is the highest, ultimately, that's the goal of all our paths, to find, who we are, to find union with God, and to feel in connection with all beings. In essence, God lives within each and every one of us. And whether you want to think of God as a force that prevails everywhere, or whether God is within, God is everywhere. And, to be able to see God in everywhere. So when you get to that point where you are able to see God, that is a key to removing yourself from the suffering. Because when you think of only God, you think of there's only one way to go. There's only good that you can do, because you don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to impart any pain or suffering upon anybody. So you're going to always comport yourself in a way that will not cause harm or pain to anybody. So that is the idea of just basic. That is when you realize that, when you see God everywhere, it becomes absolutely unthinkable, unimaginable to hurt anybody, because it's like you're incurring pain and suffering on God, and who wants to do that, right? God is within us, so God therefore has to be within each and every one of us. God dwells in the spiritual heart of all of us. So it's important when you're trying to find a teacher or guru to find someone who you can relate to, who you can find accordance with, who resonates with your values. And so that could be don't shortchange the idea, and just take your time to find someone who you can really relate to, because the idea is to just try to psychically connect with them. Eventually you're going to have a relationship where you don't even have to say any words. All the knowledge is being imparted to you, like just psychically, just from being with the guru. And so you have to find someone who you really can trust. And I know that there's some teachers around here in this room. So as a teacher, your job is to give the students everything they need to attain self-realization. It's not up to you to hold them back. You hear of some teachers who purposely don't give them the knowledge, so they're held back, right? And say, no, you can't, you're not ready. Who are you to say that? Like someone could be already on the path higher than you because they've gone through many experiences already. We all come into this world at a different time. And so regardless of where we are, we're on a different part in our journey. Someone might already be very close to self-realization, so our job is to get them there. And so it requires a lot of selflessness to do that, right? So that's not always easy, right? But this is, again, removing yourself from that egoism, that idea that, we are separate and like some people are better than others and vice versa, and all this kind of stuff. No, we're all the same, and we're all just trying to get to the same place. As a student, there's no greater gift to teachers than to have students who are obedient, who they can trust. So, you see Dharma, and Dharma can, he's really good at reading a room and really reading the energy, and he's very good at he'll come into a room and he'll see people are slacking off, or they're resting, or they're whatever, they're yawning, they're not engaged in the class, and he'll at that point say, no, if God came in here and saw this, he would walk right out of here. So be obedient, be attentive, be respectful of the teacher, because if you are, the teacher is going to want to give you everything. If you don't show enthusiasm, what is the teacher going to really, what benefit does the teacher have to teach you? Because, if you can't show if the students can't show devotion, if the disciples aren't engaged, they're not going to really be good ambassadors to go out and share the knowledge, right? So you have to really show that fervor, that tapas, that inner fire. And when you have that strong relationship, you're just going to help one another out. You have to think of students as your ambassadors, as those who are going to continue your work and the work of the gurus before him, and so on and so on. And just spreading the spiritual knowledge to bring us all to God. So, just something to think about. Om Shanti is whoever belongs to this Sangha here. She's an amazing teacher. We both learned from the same teacher. We started out with Vishvaji, and those of you who know who Vishvaji is, he's a pretty special guy, right? I follow Dharma Mittra right now, but Dharma Ji is very similar to Vishva, which is why, that really, they're very one and the same. So, she's got an extreme amount of knowledge, and she's so compassionate, she's so loving, her, right? So honor her and respect her and nurture her. You nurture her by giving you her energy, by giving her your devotion, by giving her your love and your support. So just continue on, and whoever guru you practice with, whoever is your teacher, acknowledge them and remember that they're sharing with you some really special knowledge, and go out and share that knowledge. You know, that's the most important thing you can do, to just continue to keep it going, because, you know, we're all trying to evolve. We come a long way from the dark ages and from the stone ages or whatever, right? Since the caveman ages, come a long way. We have to keep on going in that direction. So, yeah, so just something to think about, and to just come back to the idea that, you know, it's okay to be a student, it's okay to be obedient. That's how you learn to really be great. A great leader has to start off humble, like everybody else. All right, so let's just think about that for a moment. Close your eyes. Let's just show our acknowledgement of those ideas with the sound of Om. May God guide us and protect us in this practice and in all our actions, thoughts, and words, and may God be present in everything we do, say, and think. So now let's continue with some pranayama exercises and some visualization exercises. So these help to increase your concentration. Concentration is a very valuable skill to have. Unbroken concentration essentially leads to meditation. And the more you cultivate your imagination, the more you can realize for yourself. The more you can realize, the more you can be of service to others. So you're always trying to do everything in the context of being able to offer. And that is the transformative key of all of our practice. When we take ourselves out of the equation, when we think about something higher, offering it to something higher and greater than our own desires and needs, that's when we transform. So we're going to start off by visualizing the chakras. These chakras are like energy centers. You can think of these as gates as well. When you open the gates, you allow the energy to fly up. So there's 7 located all along the central psychic channel that's coincident with the spine. You can picture it just like it's running up and down from the base of the spine, right up to the top of the head. That's a Sushumna Nadi, the psychic channel. And then, as we do this, we're going to just sing, we're just going to chant the bija mantras, which are C mantras. So think of this as stimulating these chakras and open them up for the energy to flow freely. So it's the same tones associated with each, the same mantra associated with each one has its own C mantra, and it's repeated 7 times in different tones. So just calm response. So now sit tall and straight, close the eyes, bring your attention to the base of the spine. The color is red. Just repeat the tones after me. Lam, 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 lam. Lam, 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 lam. Lam, 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 lam. Bring your attention now just above it to the sacral region, the sacral chakra. The color is orange. Vam, 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 vam. 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 Moving up to the navel now. The color is yellow. Rum, 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 rum. Rum, 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 rum. Rum, 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 rum. Rum, 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 chakras. The heart now, green. Yum, 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 yum. 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 The base of the throat, the color is blue. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. The third eye, the color is indigo. Om, 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 om. Om, 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 om. Om, 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 om. Om, 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 om. Finding the crown, the color is violet. One long sustained hum, just allow the sound to sit on the breath. Together. Once again. So now let's do spiritual breathing. Imagine you're drawing the best of the best universe and bringing it right to this spiritual heart, the residing place of God. Bring the arms up, the palms slightly facing up. From the fingertips, inhale the best of the best from the universe down into the spiritual heart. Hold all that goodness in the heart, hold the breath, imagine it going right to God. Exhale out, just the breath out through the fingertips, everything that you pulled in stays in. Inhale again, all the best of the best, down into the heart, make it an offering. Then again, hold the breath, hold the attention and the goodness at the heart. When you give it to God, it goes out to all beings. Exhale out through the fingertips again, just the breath leaves out. Inhale once again, back down into the heart. Feel like you're a magnet pulling everything in. Then holding it in the heart, hold the breath. Exhale out through the fingertips. Keep everything that you pulled in inside. And release, bring the arms down. So now I'm going to do pranayama breathing. So this is called victorious breathing. Some of you might know this already. The idea is to increase the capacity of our lungs. So the more breath we get into us and the longer we can sustain our breath, this promotes longevity of life. They say that every being has a finite number of breaths. So if you make the breath last longer, you live longer. So think of tortoises, right? They live a very, very, very long time. Think of a mosquito, not so much, right? So you want to be somewhere probably in between that. So just because of where we are. So what we're doing is imagining you're concentrating the breath from a little bit below the belly button all the way up to the top of the chest. So as you inhale, you're imagining inflating like a balloon. So you push out your chest, imagine like Dharma says, you're Mussolini. Okay, so it's even on the inhale and exhale, the duration and the quality. And you're breathing through a partially constricted throat. so as to produce a sort of an ocean sound. So you can start with your mouth open. At some point you close your mouth, but the sound is still being produced. Keep on going. Visualize the inflation of the lungs and the deflation. Breathe as fully as you can to the top of the chest. Exhale, completely empty. Feel the heat building within. Imagine you're stoking your inner fire. On the next exhale, empty out the lungs completely. Push all the air out of the lungs. Now take a deep breath in from the base of the spine right up to the top of the chest. Keep your chest high, bring your chin right against it. Contract the perineum muscles, pull them up towards the navel. Feel as though you're lifting the pelvic floor. Bring the tongue to the back, to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth, and concentrate all your attention on the space between your eyebrows. We call this the seat of divine perception, Trikuti. Now continue holding your breath. See if you can pull in a little bit more air. Again, hold. Keep your attention at the space between your eyebrows. Draw all the attention here, the prana. Again, inhale a little bit more if you can. See if you have any more space to let in a little bit more air while you hold the breath. Exhale slowly, not like a big explosion, fast and aggressive, like a steady stream. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Feel as though you're drawing all of the power there. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Again, inhale from the solar plexus up to the space between the eyebrows. Visualize the breath moving up there and the energy, the power that's located at the source. Exhale back down to that source, the solar plexus. Another deep breath in. Fill up as much as you can. Keep the chest high. Again, chin on your chest and pull the root muscles. Engage your root muscles, pull them up. Keep your attention at the space between the eyebrows. Imagine you're trying to make that power within available to all beings. Now bring in even more air. Pull the power even further up. Again, inhale again. See if you can draw in a little bit more energy, a little bit more power, a little bit more air. Keep your face calm. One last time, a little bit more if you can, if you have any more space. Fill it up. Slowly exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Take a moment to just assess the state of your mind, your body, and your emotions without any judgment. Just observe. Relax in ease. Still stretch out your legs if you need to. So now we're going to do, the next one is an alternate nostril breathing. So this has a breath retention here. Through the breath retention again, even though you're forming tension in your throat and your roots, just as we just did. Sometimes the mind goes a little bit disturbed a little bit because you're holding your breath, it's uncomfortable. But try to keep your mind always calm, always unchanged. Right? So that's the idea, just always try to keep your mind in the midst of difficulty and challenges, you still try to remain calm. Like a duck that's on water, on top of the water, the duck looks completely composed. Underneath, it's paddling like crazy. The feet are moving, right? So, be the same. So now in the alternate nostril breathing, we're using the right hand to control the passage through the nose. The other hand, left hand in Yana Mudra. The second finger and the thumb tips together, this forms Turiya, the state of superconsciousness. Other three fingers, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, destroyer, creator, preserver, destroyer. Okay, or three states of consciousness: wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep without dreaming. So lots of different interpretations. Bring on your left knee, the other hand. Second and third finger fold down, turn the palm towards you. Use your right thumb to block off the right nostril, the right ring finger for the left nostril. So we're just going to take a few practice rounds here. We're going to breathe in through the left a few times, and out through the left, and then we're going to switch right side, in and out. And then we're going to go from left to right. 3 times, back the other way, right to left. This is just a practice, okay? Just get the idea. So before you breathe out, make sure you close up that passage first. So decide yourself to breathe in before you exhale. All right, so don't just kind of switch like this. Inhale, close that side, exhale, open, and then exhale. Okay, so we'll do that first a few times. So starting off, exhale completely, empty the lungs. Close off the right side of the right thumb, inhale through the left. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale left. Now close off the left side, inhale right. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale right. Inhale right side. Exhale out to the right. Now close the right side, inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Then close the right again, inhale left. Close the left side, exhale right. Close the right side again, inhale left. Close the left side, exhale right. Immediately back to the right, inhale. Close the right side, exhale left. Now close the left side, open, and right side, inhale. Close the right side, exhale left. Close the left side, inhale right. Close the right side, exhale left. And relax. So now for the alternate nostril breathing, we're going to inhale through the left. Close both nasal passages. Hold the breath again, contract your muscles, pull up to the navel just as I said before. Chin on the chest, third eye attention. Hold it for as long as you can comfortably. Then when you have to exhale, exhale to the right. Inhale back to the right. Close the right side as well, hold the breath. Contract, hold the throat root lock. Then exhale to the left. So we'll do a couple together. Pretend you're holding as long as you can. When you do it on your own, you can hold it then as long as you can. Right? So this is a very easy style because there's no set rhythm, you don't have to worry about counts or anything. Just hold as long as you can. You just breathe in and out the way it feels natural. So you just try to fill up to capacity on the inhale and completely empty on the exhale. So let's try it together. Sitting up tall and straight. The back has to be completely straight. Empty the lungs. And close off the right side. Inhale to the left. Hold the breath. Close both sides of the nose. Throat lock, root lock, third eye attention. Keep your attention there to draw the prana there, the vital force. Train your mind to be one pointed at its focus. Exhale through the right side, release the locks, relax the throat and the root muscles. Inhale through the right side as fully as you can. Now close the right side again. Hold the breath. Watch the space between the eyebrows. Don't worry if your attention wanes. Just keep pulling your mind back to the third eye. No judgment, no concern. Remain supreme and calm. Now exhale to the left. Relax the locks. Try it on your own now. Let time for the breath to leave gracefully. Think about what pranayama means. Control the breath. You lose control if you allow the breath to explode out of the body. You lose all the benefits. Practice mindfully in all your practices, all your techniques. Hold your breath. You can just do it without the breath retention. If that's better for you. If you have any reason why you can't hold your breath, you can just do alternate asana without the breath retention. In to the left, out to the right, back up to the right, up to the left. Way to calm the mind, to prepare to enter the higher realms of yoga, to prepare for meditation. Next time you exhale out of your left side, conclude. Go through the complete cycle, don't short change. divine techniques. Keep on seeing them, perceiving them as such. Whenever you're done, just rest with your hands in Yama Mudra. Sit tall and supreme. Bring your attention to the heart center. The spiritual heart located in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart. The residing place of God. Be immersed in God's, be established in God's love. Now imagine a heart space, a spiritual heart going infinitely large. Imagine it in whatever way you want to, a big, big, endless chamber, or a cathedral, or maybe an open space. Natural, beautiful space, sanctuary. Imagine holding all beings within, regardless of race, of species, of status, of anything. Invite all beings within and have equal love for all. Just like the sun doesn't discriminate when it shines its light and its warmth upon the earth and upon everything on it in the earth. Be the same. Be ever loving and compassionate towards all beings. Revere all forms, love all forms and experiences, for they all help us to train ourselves to find love in all beings, to find God in all beings. So now we're going to start the physical practice, the asana practice. Think of this as divine offering. Merge with all forms and see God in all forms. Come to standing. I usually like to start off with a mantra for purification, to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. So we'll do it calm response style, line by line. First time, those who knew it can continue with me, chanting it the second time. If you don't, you can just fake it or just think, do your best. Think of the effects of purifying and you derive all the benefits as though you were chanting it perfectly. Om Pavitraha. Om Pavitraha. 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 Savavashtang. Savavashtang. Gatopiva. Gatopiva. Yahasmrit. Yahasmrit. Ambrikaksham. Ambrikaksham. Sabahya. Sabahya. happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses and be nourished through our bodies. Release the arms now. So now let's start off with some exercise to prepare the body for the practice. So move as though you're just making an offering, God. Make it pleasing to watch. So just start off with the head, moving in circles. Try to see the floor in all directions wherever the head is. Ears touching the shoulders, the front of the chin coming onto the chest, the back of the head touching the top of the back. And then change the direction of rotation. Good. Now open up your feet a little bit for balance. You can put one foot in front of the other if it helps. Swing the left arm forward 4 times. And then go back. Get a bit of momentum to just loosen the shoulder forward again. And back. Forward again. And back. And then change the stance a little bit. Other side, left arm. And then wind up backwards. Go forward again. And back. Forward, last time. And back. Good. Now bring both arms in front, feet apart, equal distance apart. This is the one. It's a tough one. Try to go in opposite directions. Don't think too much about it, okay? So you'll mess yourself up. And then change directions. Change directions again. And then again. One last time. Actually, one last time. This time was the last time. And release. Good. All right, take your arms up over the head, take all the opposite elbows, and then bend to the left. Pulse a little bit, try to go a little bit deeper with each pulsation. Come up, go to the right. Really feel a stretch to the left side of the body without creating wrinkles in the waist on the right side. Come up again, go to the left. Come up, go to the right. Good, and come back up, release the arms. Breath of joy, some of you might know this from Vishnuji's classes, so it goes 3. First 3 movements on the breath, in breath, and the last one on the exhale, you toss the body downwards like this. And do it with enthusiasm to make it live up to the name. One more time. Just allow yourself to just suspend there. Feel your leg go. And then slowly roll yourself up. Good. And now shake out the wrists, move the hands like you're shaking water off your hands. And then up and down, the fingers moving so fast like the wings of a hummingbird. You can't even see them move, they're so fast. All right, and then just allow your arms to hang as though they were dead, and then just go from side to side. Use your arms to go deeper into the twist. You roll your arms with the tentacles of an octopus. Good, and then start to slow it down. Arms still feeling heavy and dead-like. And then come back. Next one, lion's breath. You're going to make like you're pouncing like a lion. This is my favorite one. I get to see all the funny faces. So you're opening the eyes up large, and then you're just trying to allow the tongue to hang right out of your mouth. Okay, so it looks like this. Everybody do it with me. Last one. So we're going to stand with our feet close together. Bring your head down in a gesture of humbleness. Hold humility pose here. We're going to take 6 counts to come up. Halfway up, we're going to lift the heels and lift the palms up. Inhale, start to raise your arms. 2, 3. Lift up off your heels. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Palms down, heels slowly come down. 2, 3. Inhale, feel as though your arms are floating up. 2, 3. Push into the roots of your toes, lift up high. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Keep on exhaling as you go down, heels drop. Inhale again, lift up gracefully. Lift up off the heels. 2, 3, get higher. Exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3. Lift up. Try to lift, touch the ceiling. Exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. Beautiful. Stand again with your head down in humility pose and keep in that same mind frame of being humble, offering everything up. Imagine this is your divine duty to all beings everywhere. So now let's come to the front of the mat. Hands together at the heart, Surya Namaskara. Close your eyes for a moment. Remember the words from the Bhagavad Gita. Knowledge is better than practice. Meditation is better than knowledge. Renunciation of the fruit of action is better than meditation. Peace immediately follows such renunciation. Offer up the fruits of the practice as something higher and greater than yourself. Let's move together as one to stay in that collective mind. Move like a school of fish. Raise your arms up over the head. Fold down all of the legs. Bend your knees if you need to. Bring hands flat on the ground. Then the right foot steps back into lunge. Lower down the knees, sink down to the seat. Lift the head. Good. Come into high plank. Bring your knees down, bring your feet all the way back behind your heels. Come into child's pose. And then brush your nose grin to come forward into cobra. Pull your body between your arms. Lift your head, bring it all the way back. And then send your seat all the way back again in child's pose, behind heels. Come again forward. Tug with your arms, pull forward towards you to propel yourself with more ease and power. Come all the way back, the seat behind heels. One last time. Smoothly come forward. Glide between your arms. Bring the chest forward, the head back. Roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Now lift the seat up and back. Melt the heart. Now the right foot steps forward to the hands. If you need to, lower the back knee down. The foot doesn't make it all the way. Use your right hand to assist the foot forward. Raise the head again. Bring the back foot into meet the front foot. Chest on the sides, head down. Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up over the head. Pranayama, hands back to the heart. Reach the arms up again. Hips forward, stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body in half. Come down gracefully. Look wonderful. Left foot back into a lunge. Knee down, sit down to the seat. Come back into plank. Knees down, bring the feet all the way back again behind the heels. Again, glide forward. Brush your nose and ground as you come forward and bring the body up into cobra. All the way back. Send the seat back. Use your arms to propel yourself forward. Don't worry about the breath. Move in a way that feels intuitive, that allows the breath to stay steady and even, and the body movements sync up with the breath. All the way back again, one last time. Seat behind heels. Come forward. Right into Bhujangasana. Lift the head, bring it all the way back. Roll over your toes back into Ardha Mukha Savadasana. Lift the seat up and back. Good. Left foot steps to the hands. Sit down to the seat. And the feet come together, forward fold. Bow to the legs. Come right up to standing. Arch back as you see fit. Bring the hands back to the heart. Raise your arms again. Go down. Right foot back into lunge. Deep lunge. Look up as though an offering. Into plank. Lower down the knees, chest, and forehead to the ground. And from here, right into Cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Move according to your condition. Right foot forward. Remember, this is an offering. You're transmitting everything, all your experiences to all beings. And feet together. So don't go to a place of pain or anxiety. This is not what you want to transmit. Come all the way to standing. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms again. Keep watching your body like you're the witness. Merge with the supreme consciousness, which is God. Left foot back. So if God's your witness, you want to make the experience as beautiful as possible. Set your feet back into plank. Lower down knees, chest, and forehead. And glide forward into Cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps forward quietly. And then feet come together. Uttanasana. Pull the body against the legs, head down. Come right up to standing. Reach up and back. Return home, hands back to the heart. Left side. Lift the arms. Go down. Lose yourself in the practice. Left foot back, keeping the witness watching. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, and forehead down. Follow through with your Cobra. Make like you're doing a dance. Link all the moves together seamlessly. Feet up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps to the hands. Good. And then feet come together. Dogs or legs, a gesture of humbleness. Come right up and back. Lift the gaze as though an offering. Hands back to the heart. Again, raise your arms up. Go down. Adding on here, bend the knees. Land the belly on your thighs and join the hands behind the back. Telescope the chest forward. Pull hands back. And as you exhale, push the body against the legs. Some of you might be able to get your legs straight. If you can, go ahead, do so. Feels like the chest is trying to get beyond the knees. If your legs are straight, bring the face right to the shins. Now release the hands down onto the ground. The right foot come back into a lunge. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Copy asana, crescent moon. Raise your arms over the head. Use your arms to pull your body further by the hips. Good. And then bring the hands back down. From here, back into plank. Lower down, Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, and forehead down. Glide right into Cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart. Now raise your right leg up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Now look to your hands. Bring your shoulders forward over the fingertips. You can place the foot down quietly between the hands. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Raise your arms overhead. Arch back again. Only again, according to your condition. And then bring the hands back down. Step the feet back together. Chest again on your legs. Join the hands behind the back. Telescope the head and chest forward, and then dive down with the head. A gesture of complete humility. Release the hands, bring them up over the head. Hasta Uttanasana. Hands down to the heart. Let's try that variation again. Raise your arms up. Every movement reflecting devotion, love, and surrender. Fold the body down with your legs. Chest on the thighs, bend your knees. Join the hands, extend the crown forward, exhale, pull the head down towards the ground. Imagine trying to touch the top of the feet with your head. Push the legs back with your body. And then release the hands, left foot steps back into your lunge this time. Lower the knee down, sink through the seat. Bring your hip seat all the way forward, push the front heel. Arms over the head again, make a crescent shape with your body. Arms over the head, beautiful. And bring the hands back down. Come into strong plank. Lower down, Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, forehead down. And then, once again, coming into your Cobra. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot comes right up and back. Imagine trying to touch the sun with your toes. Now look to your hands, bring your shoulders forward, pull the knee in, and then step the foot down. Very quietly between your hands, back and down, sink down to your seat. Bring your arms up. All the movements done gracefully and fluidly. No jerky motions, no aggressive motions to bring the mind or the witness into a restless state. And then slide the right foot into the left. Bend the knees, land belly on your thighs, join the hands, extend to the crown. Exhale again, Uttanasana, dive deeply. And then release the hands, bring them up over the head. Press the hips forward, arch back. Bring the hands back to the heart. Take pause here for a moment. Inhale from the heart up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in love. Keep your focus at the heart, the home of God. Let go of all expectations and all attachments to the results. Then release. Good. Balance poses now. So we're going to start off with ballet pose. If you need to, you can always step close to the wall. If you're having trouble balancing and over this, you can just put your hand on the wall. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate the pose. Standing on your left foot first, bring the right knee up, take hold of the heel from the inside. Then you're going to try to push the knee out to the outside, and if you can, raise the leg and the arm. Try to get the toes and the fingertips at the same line. Some might look more like this. If you can't get your leg up too high, don't worry, if you're very flexible. Hold the leg right up close to the shoulder, lean to the left so that your fingers and toes are the same line. Or, if you're having trouble, hold underneath the leg. So do again according to your condition. Again, you can place your left hand on the wall if you need to. Now, gaze at a point in front on the floor. Something that doesn't move is always better for balance. And be magnificent and poised like a dancer. That's it. Don't worry if you fall out of it, just come right back up. It's the effort that counts. Imagine again, God is in the room watching. Just keep trying. Good. Now we're going to release the foot, engage your legs, you don't drop it down all the way. Lean forward, bend the standing leg if you need to. Take the index fingers down to the ground just to find your bearings and your balance. And then when you feel ready, fly your arms out to the side. It's called gliding eagle. So imagine you're an eagle diving down from a great height, flying at very fast speed. Nice. Just keep visualizing yourself in that form, that eagle. Now push into your left foot and come back up. Good. Try it on the other side now. Standing firm on your right foot. Lift the left knee up. Take hold of the heel from the inside, the thumb behind the heel. And then raise the leg up. Oh, according to your condition. If you have good balance, push your chest forward, look up. Every pose should be an expression that says, take me, Lord, take me, God, grant me higher devotion. Good. Now engage leg muscles so the leg doesn't come crashing down and hit the floor. Try to keep it up there, and then come forward. Lean forward again. You can bring your tips of the index fingers on the ground if you need to, or you can go right into diving, gliding eagle. Helps to just imagine an eagle soaring through the air, skimming the surface of the ocean. Beautiful. Press into the right foot, come right back up. Nice. Okay, so we're going to come to the back of the mat. Take your left hand and your right wrist. Take your left wrist and your right hand, and take the left foot forward. Now hinge, bring your body level with the ground, bend into your left leg a little bit, and bring your right leg up. So imagine you're lying on your belly on the table. Straight line from the toes to the top of the head, like the capital letter T. Good. Now again, press into the standing foot, come up, try to keep the foot up if you can. And then open up your arms. This is one of Vishvajini's poses, angel. Spread your arms, bring your head up and back. Feeling the messenger of God. Abandon yourself completely to God's service. You bring the toe down if you need to, if you're having trouble balancing. And release. Beautiful. Try it on the other foot now. Hold the right wrist with your left hand. Pull the hands with your arms straight and bring your right foot forward. Hinge at the hips, bring your head level with the hips. And bring the left leg up. Point your toes, make it look pretty. Imagine again, you're straight like the letter T. Now push into the right foot, take a half breath in, to come up. Then open up your arms, spread your wings. Push your chest forward, and bring your head back. Slowly open up yourself to divine grace. Again, bring the left foot down if you need to. Break the pose, come back down. Whatever happens, be unconcerned, remain unjudging. Come to the back end of the mat again. Taking a big step forward with the left foot. Come into a strong, low stance with your hips about the same height as the knee. Asana 1. Bring your arms up, bring your head back behind your arms. Straight line from the base to the spine, right up to the fingertips. So imagine your index fingers as the tip of the sword. Express devotion, power, and courage. Always ready to do your service. Then open up to the side for Asana 2. Dharma likes to go a little bit further forward. You have the flexibility, go a little bit further forward, show a sense of purpose. Good. Parashvakonasana. You can either bring the forearm on rested on the left side, the right arm over the head, pull the right shoulder back. If you have the flexibility, you can bring your hand down to the ground. On the inside or outside, doesn't matter. Straight line from the back foot right to the fingertips. Those who know other variations, go ahead. Some of you might be able to take a bind or even a half bind. You can slip your hand in the inside thigh, roll the right shoulder back, or left shoulder comes in front of the knee, left arm underneath the leg, and join your hands just beside your left side of the seat. Pull the right shoulder back. Make yourself flat against the leg. Beautiful. Now wherever you are, break the pose. Bring the hands down, turn forward. Lower the back knee down on the ground. Sink down to the seat. If this bothers your knee, you can fold the long edge of the mat over. But if you bring your hips all the way forward towards the front heel, it won't be on. You'll have more of the weight on the front, just in front of the knee, which is where you want it. Place your hands on the seat. Pull down on the seat. Curl. So shape the lower body so that there's no wrinkles underneath in the skin underneath your hands. Allow the head to drop back. You can stay here. This is where we're giving you the full extent of the pose, or you can take your arms up. Asana. So this is a Kali Mudra. Kali is a very fierce deity, so show fierceness and fearlessness. Wiggle your shoulders a little bit. We call this the Dharma wiggle. Try to get the arms back behind your ears. Radiate your inner light. And then coming back up, press into the front knee. And come up a little bit higher. So your left foot, scooch it in a little bit, so your legs like a box. I'm going to do it this way so you can see. Bend the toes under the back foot for balance. The right arm comes up. Ankle the toe and knee towards the right. And see if you can pull the arm down to the outside of the leg. So your armpit is just on the outside of the knee. You bring your left hand in a fist and press it into the right palm, or hands in Anjali Mudra, palms together.
Now pull the body up. Try to get your belly higher than the thigh. Roll the right shoulder, left shoulder all the way back. Turn your face and chest up. Keep trying to pull the left hip back and the head forward. Those who have the balance can come up off your knee, the back knee. Those you can do a bind, go ahead. You can snake your arm, right arm underneath the leg, left arm goes over the back. Lock the fingers together or hold the left wrist with your right hand. That's the idea. Feel as though you're lying on your back. You want to let you get that much twist. One more extension. Extend from the hip all the way to the crown, or from the heel to the crown, depending where you're at. And lower the back knee down. Break the pose. All right, now bring your hands to the inside of the left foot. So your foot is moving towards the edge of the mat. And then just traverse forward and back, trying to get your hips to sink down. Try to feel as though you had weights in your hip pockets. They're attracted to the earth. And then lower the back knee down, flatten out the toes. So you're doing like a cobra here. Your hips are down on the ground if you can. The left knee stays against the left shoulder. And from here, keep telescoping the chest forward. If you can, roll to the left, see if you can get the right forearm down. Roll back, roll to the right, get the right forearm down. Roll to the left, get the left forearm down. If you keep on pulling your chest and head forward, your body will come closer to the ground. Some of you, if you have really a lot of weight in the hips, if you get the hips to anchor down, you might get the chest right down on the ground eventually. Now, be like a lizard. Fix your gaze like a lizard that doesn't blink. Imagine you're sunning yourself on the warm earth. Now come back onto your hands. Hatha-Raja. Bring the left hip back, lift the toes up, move it a little bit more to the center line, and bow to the front leg. If you can, you bring your elbows right down on the ground. The left knee is right is right against the left shoulder and vice versa. Now this is too easy for you. You can go into Hatha-Raja. You can hinge your hips forward like you do your lunge again. Bend your toes under on the back foot and start to slide your left heel forward. Walk your hands back alongside the hips and just pulse a little bit. So imagine you're squeezing back between your feet as you inhale, pull your weight up, exhale, soften and try to go a little bit lower. Again, this is only if you maybe want to. Okay. If you're all the way down, you can eventually bring your arms up. Even if you're not all the way down, even if you're in Hatha-Raja, you can try this pose. Bring your arms up and expresses a little bit more of devotion and courage and the idea that anything is possible. So think about Hanuman, who jumped over Sri Lanka to rescue his master's wife. Think of leaping over the island yourself. Break the pose, bring the hands back down, go up, bend the toes on the back foot, so you're going to drag the left foot all the way back behind the right knee. You're pushing into the right hand, your hands a little bit from the shoulder. Vasisthasana. So you can stay with your knee on the ground, or press into your right hand and slip your right foot underneath the left. If you need to, you can bring your left foot in front. And curve your body away from the ground. Get your chest fully open, your hips forward. So you want to imagine your kite being blown from behind. Get extension. Come closer to your true nature, which is formless, which is boundless, which is limitless. Create space in every way possible. Return to the table or right into downward facing dog. It's leaning downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink the heart. Be like a dog, stretching its back. Exhibit the loyalty of the dog to its master. Good. Now we're going to bring the right foot forward between your hands. Back foot flattens. Virabhadrasana 1 again. Sink down to the front. So you hip a little bit so you get your knee and your hip on the same line. Bring your head all the way back. Abject surrender. Lose yourself in the intention of the pose of the being that you're representing. Be fierce and strong. Into Virabhadrasana 2, open up to the left. Again, if you feel open up in the hips, come a little bit forward, a little bit lower. That's it. Strong and stealth-like. Awesome. Paschimottanasana. Right arm on the forearm, forearm on the thigh, left arm over the head, or go into your variations as you did before. Right hand either on the outside or inside the foot. Half bind or full bind. Just go to a place where you can challenge yourself without, again, coming to a place where you're reeling in pain or discomfort and anxiety. This is not what you want to transmit. Good. From here, make your way down. Looking forward, bring your back knee down, flatten out the toes. Inhale, come upright. Bring your seat all the way forward. The more forward you bring your seat close to the heel, the better balance you have. Again, bring your hands to the seat, pull down on the seat, and push the rib basket up at the same time. Feel as though you're folding the back in half. Allow the head to rest between your shoulder blades. Make your chest really wide open. And if you're ready, if you like, copy asana. You like the moon reflecting the light to the sun. The sun, of course, is within. Beautiful. And then come back up, leading with the heart. Push into the front knee. Come a little bit more upright. The right foot right in line with the back of the knee. Bend the toes under the back foot. Left arm comes up. And then ankle the toe and knee in the same line towards the left. So you can take the elbow more easy to the outside of the leg. Anchor the leg in place at the back of the arm. Armpit is just on the outside of the knee. Hands in Anjali Mudra, or the fist in the hand, or if you want, try to bind here. Pull the hips back. Use the right hand to guide the left hand underneath the leg and under and through to the other side. And then you throw your right arm around the back, over the back, and you can take your wrist or your lock your fingers together. Your right shoulder all the way back. That's it. Good. Move your hip back a little bit first. Okay, so you move your hip back, you do with your knee down first. So you get your elbow way down, and then you can put your hands a little bit closer together. Okay? That's it, you're almost there. And then you're very close. All right, keep turning your face and your chest up. Feel as though you're lying on your back. Center the chest right, coming towards the thumbs. Good. And then from here, come back. From the pose, bring your hands down on the ground on the inside of the right foot. Move again, back and forth. Move slowly like a lizard moves, never any rush. And then lower the knee down, flatten out the toes when you're ready, flatten out the toes. Roll to the left, so you can get the left forearm down. If your shoulders don't hide the knee, then we might want to do this. Roll to the other side, get the other forearm down. And then just keep creeping your chest forward. Anchor down to the front of the hips. And eventually maybe the chest will come weight sitting on your seat that just spreads and eventually comes right over the top of the body as well. Beautiful. Just keep trying to merge the form. In every form, it's said that we have the Soham consciousness always running through. Soham Hamsa. I am you, you are me. I am that I am. Keep on seeing yourself in the bodies of others, in the hearts of others. Good. Telescope your head and chest a little bit further forward, and a little bit more. And then maybe come back into Hatha-Raja. Slide your hands back, move your hips back so your hips are over the back knee. Lift the toes up on the front foot and then balance the leg. The right shoulder comes right down beside the right knee. Bring your attention to all those areas that feel tight. We want to get a little bit more release. Set an intention of releasing, and then that's what the pranayama will do. If you want, you can go into Hanumanasana. So start to bring your hands back. Try to get your shoulders in line with your hips, and keep sliding the front foot out until you become flat. Sit on, good. Make sure your hips are even. Pull them. Yeah, that's it, Jacqueline. It's coming. If you want, you can bring your arms above the head. This pose says anything is possible. Keep up with the faith. Constant practice, and you'll make rapid progress. Break the pose. Bring the hands back down. Bend the toes under the back foot, and then pull your front foot all the way back and send it behind your left knee. Keep your left hand a little bit in front of the left knee and a little bit in front of the shoulder. Move into Vasisthasana. Turn to the right. And if you want to go into full pose, beautiful. Those who want to go into wild thing, you can just turn your hips and shoulders up a little bit, slide the right toes back, and then go into this variation. It's a nice one too. Beautiful, nice. Back, either in table or downward facing dog. Once you're in table, make your way to downward facing dog. You will move there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soft and easy. Now from here, lift the heels, bend the knees, look between your hands, and either walk or jump your feet to the hands. Go this way. Utkatasana. Bring your seat back so you can see the whole front of your feet. Bring your arms in front, charge your legs, and then bring your arms up. Now be fierce in this pose. It's called fierce pose. The body's working hard to stay strong and firm. The mind is like the eye of a storm. Undisturbed, unaffected, ever calm. Come all the way up. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers and press the palms up. So separate your feet a little bit. Walk your feet out a little bit more, actually the toes pointing out, the heels in. Actually, I changed my mind. Bring the hands on the seats, it's a little bit easier. Easy Chakrasana. So you're going to bend the knees, so your knees come over your toes. Push your hips forward, and bring your hips all the way forward, and bring your chest up and your head back. You can keep your hands on the seats if you feel comfortable to do so. Walk your hands one at a time. Grip just below the knees. This gives you control to roll the thighs outwards and roll the shins inward at the same time. Good. If you're very flexible, you can keep walking your hands down towards your feet. Now push your hips forward and up so you straighten your legs, but you still have the outward rotation of the thighs and the rotation of the shins. Beautiful. Come back up. Walk your hands back one at a time, palm your way up onto the seat. Okay, from here, open up your feet a little bit more. Arms out to the side. Asana Palasana. Hinge forward and see if you can take your outer ankles. Some of you might be able to step on your fingers with the edges of your feet. Inhale, telescope the chest and head forward. Exhale, pull your body right in the same line as the legs. So your head comes between your feet. Try to keep moving your head back. Maybe your head will be in line with your heels. Eventually your chest will be behind your legs. Lift the shoulders up. Try to keep your back straight. Try not to hunch your back. Pull your shoulders up and back. Move the cobra consciousness. Beautiful. That's it. And then come up halfway. Bring your arms back out to the side and come up like a star shape. Pull your heels in. One more time. Easy Chakrasana. Hands to the seat. Push your hips forward. Allow the head to go back. Bend your knees to start, and then once your hands are in place, you're steady in the pose. You have to keep pushing to your feet. You can try to push your hips forward and up at the same time so your legs can straighten a little bit more. As eventually your hands go down to your feet, and then this looks like a wheel. No breaks in the line, the circle. And then walk your hands back up. Press into seat, push in at the same time, then come back up. Arms out to the side, and then bend your knees, bring your feet back together, your arms by the sides of the body. So be like a mountain now. From the base to the spine, imagine it's the base of the mountain. Breathe up to the crown, imagine it's the summit of the mountain. Exhale back down to the base of the spine, the base of the mountain. Remain unshakable, unmovable in your devotion to the practice and to your service to others. Now let's come down onto our knees. Now it's time for inversions. Lots of different options here. If you have blood pressure issues or any issues with your eyes, and be mindful, okay, so you don't want to it's a contraindicated pose for those conditions. So if you're feeling very uncomfortable coming up too high, you just keep your forehead on the ground and lift your seat. Try to come on up so that the seat is over the heels. So you're more on the back of the head, feel a stretch in the back of the neck. If it's too much, just walk your head out a little bit more. If you want to go a little bit further, you bring your hands, make sure they're not beside your head. Move them back so you can see the hands clearly. They're about a 90-degree angle. And then lift the seat, walk forward, push just underneath the knees against the elbows. Push into your hands, push the knees against the elbows, and then you can toe tap one foot at a time. You're very close to the ground. Eventually you'll be able to flick both toes up, maybe even bring your feet up. You want to go even further. Make sure you hold your elbows easily and bring your head, you can even use a wall. So facing the wall, you bring your head between your palms and you walk up. Bring your foot to the wall a little bit too far, so you have to adjust. Okay? And then you bring one foot back. And again, you just tap your toes against the wall so you don't become too dependent on the wall. Eventually you can just pull your toes away and you stay there. Okay, keep pushing against the floor with your forearms the whole time to remain steady. Pushing to the foot that's behind you as well. Keep your legs close to your body to find a balance more easily. Okay, so let's try any one of those. Again, if you have too much pressure on your head, you can just come into child's pose, and then you can do the next inversion. So know your limits, know your conditions. That's it. Push through the base of the toes. That's it, you had it. Good. If you split your legs, one foot in front of the other, it's a little bit easier to find a balance. Okay, so bring one foot all the way behind you. That's the idea. That's it. You have the idea, you're close. So you might be a tiny bit close to the wall. That's the idea. Okay, and then you just put one foot on the wall. Tip bob, nice. Flex your toes, bend the toes back. Yeah, that's it, good. This will engage all muscles you need to stay up. Always try just a little bit longer, maybe. Good, Ruth. Really press into your forearms, make sure your elbows are not too far apart. Keep them close to the head. Now, I'm going to come back down. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slow off and empty. And roll your way up. Find your way onto your back. Shoulders down. Shalingasana. This is the queen of postures, of complete posture and inversion that delivers benefits to all parts of life. So make sure you have enough room to go into the plow, so make sure you're not at the, make sure you have enough clearance so your feet don't come into the wall. Bring your arms beside your body. Lift your legs, lift your seats. Push in by pushing into your arms. If you get your seat high enough, bring your hands to the back. And then try to scoot your elbows in. Sometimes I like to go all the way into plow first. Bring your feet over your head. And join your hands together so your arms are behind your back. Bring your hands to the back and then bring your legs one or both at a time up. Then you find a straighter line. You want to have your toes eventually in line with your chin. Imagine someone's trying to pull you up from above by your feet. Good, yes, try to get your elbows right behind your back. Move your elbows close together. Once you find the pose, bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows. Again, come back into that consciousness, I am you, you are me. Merge with God, the supreme consciousness. Make your mind one-pointed. Keep your attention at the space between the eyebrows. Watch the darkness behind the eyebrows, or between the eyebrows. And without losing that concentration, Hatha-Raja plow pose. Bring your feet over your head. If your feet don't come all the way down, keep pushing into your back until your seat is over the shoulders, and then your feet will come down a little bit more easily. So just gently push on your back until you find that straight line from the hips down to the shoulders. If it doesn't make all the way, don't worry about it. Again, just go according to your condition. If you want, you can bring your thighs down against your body and squeeze your knees against your head, against your ears. So shut off all those gates to the senses that cause distraction. The eyes and the ears, close off those gates of the senses. Go deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. You are none of these. There you go, Jacqueline. Good. Okay. Now, start your descent. Bring your arms behind your back. Try to bring your thumbs together so that when your legs come down, they'll land right, your seat will land right on your wrists. Pull your legs down slowly. Press into the ground with your arms so that you can control the speed of your descent. You shouldn't come crashing down aggressively. Once your legs are down, take a rest for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Imagine you're fainting. All fatigue, all struggles. moving into fish. So if your hands aren't under your seat, move in there now. Move one side of the seat at a time. Move your hands underneath. So you're sitting on your wrists again. Charge your legs. And then push into your elbows and your hands and lift your chest way up. And try to bring the top of the head to the ground. So your chest is the highest point. Imagine you're breathing love out of the heart. So the higher you get the heart, the more love you can send out in all directions. If you're feeling strong, you can raise your legs 12 inches off the mat. Keep your legs charged, and now breathe very fast and nose to the sniffing dog. Pranayama puppy. Bring the legs down, and let's come out of the pose. Breathe in, breathe out, soften everything. Now slide both feet in a little bit, about midway, so your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the ground. Bring the right leg up, hold the ankle with both hands, and bring the knee right onto the shoulder. So your leg is bent to start, then pull on the leg so it comes closer to the head. Just keep pulsing, trying to get the leg closer and bring your attention to those areas that feel tight so that the prana goes there to release. Good. If you can extend your left leg straight out, so the leg's flat on the ground. Now from here, half happy baby pose. Bring the knee out to slip out to the side of the body, just underneath your arm, and your heel is directly over the back of the knee. Now from here, you can take your left arm out to the side and bring the right arm out. Guess what? This looks just like ballet pose like we did. So notice how there's many similarities in the forms, just in different orientations perhaps. Always remind them we are all one, we're all the same, very similar to one another in more ways than you think. If you want, you can bring your foot back and try to wedge your shoulder in front of the knee. You can slide your left foot in again if you need to, or if maybe it's already there, and just keep pushing into the back of the knee to try to get your knee high, close to the ear. Some of you might be able to lift your shoulders up off the mat, tuck your chin in, pull the foot behind your head, and slip the foot behind your head. Because this is sort of like what it looks like if you're on the ground. Good, Kayla. Nice. Keep pushing with the back of the head. That's it. Keep wedging your shoulder in behind the knee so you get the knee up higher. That's it. And then your foot will stay there more easily. That's it. Good. You can bring the left foot right up. Okay, and you just keep on maneuvering. It gives you a little bit more wiggle room to try to get your leg behind your head. That's it. If you can't do this pose, you'll never attain self-realization. I'm just kidding. That's not true, okay? So you have to just keep in mindset that you're just always doing your best and just moving at the rate that you can. There's always a next lifetime. Right? And then release slowly, come down. Try it on the other leg now. Bring the left leg up. Again, you can slide the right foot in if you need to make it a little bit to release your hamstrings if you like. Bring the knee right on the shoulder. Take hold of the ankle and then pull the foot. Try to pulse and try to get closer to the head. That's it. And then move into half happy baby pose. Bring the knee to the outside of the body, allow it to slip underneath your arm. And then take your foot out to the left. Straighten out the leg. Make like ballet pose. You can stay there, or you can come back into half happy baby pose and try to bring your left shoulder underneath your left knee. You're very flexible. Just work at trying to get your foot behind your head. You have to push your shoulder up into the back of the knee. Try to get your knee as high as possible. If your knee is close to the ear, then you'll have an easier time to get it behind your head eventually. Lift your shoulders up. Tuck your chin in and push your foot back towards the ground behind your head. That's the idea. That's what just trying to wiggle yourself more on the inside of the leg so you get your shoulder in front, okay, of the knee, and then eventually you'll get your head behind here. Okay? You're very close, you're almost there. That's it, Bob. So just try and create space, pushing back your knee. There you go. It's coming, it's coming. Yeah. Good. Just have to keep on wiggling and just moving a little bit so that you squirm your way into it eventually. And then release. Bring the foot down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Now, flip onto your belly. So you might want to change your direction so you can still see. So let's start off easy, so just to give your back a chance to catch up. So you can tug on the front of the mat, pull the mat away from you. And stay sitting the whole time. Drop the shoulders down, anchor down through the hips. Feel like you're made of stone, just like the Sphinx. Okay, be resolute and strong no matter what the weather, it still stays the same, undisturbed. Push the chest forward. Put yourself in a scene of the pyramids. And if you want, you can slowly, gradually keep tugging on the mat, but lift your elbows up off the mat. Curve the spine a little bit more. Make a C shape with your spine, bring your head back. Make sure you don't jam up your neck between your shoulders and your ears. Keep your shoulders down. And then, bit by bit, you walk your hands closer to your body. Bring your feet together like the tail of a snake. Make your way into Cobra. Bring your head back. Just imagine having a boundless range of motion like a snake. Pull your shoulders back like the wings beside the cobra's head. Really be in the body of the snake. Good. Just keep merging with all the forms. Stay a little bit longer. If you don't stay in the poses, you don't build up the stamina and you don't make progress quite as fast. And then start to make your way down. Rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next pose. Options. You can do asana. So you can just stay on your belly and hold the ankles, bring the heels up towards the seat. Come into asana. You even have to keep your, if you want, you can keep your thighs on the ground even. Or if you're more advanced and more able and not too tired, you can do asana. Flip onto your back, slide your feet in close to the hips, feet in line with your hips. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head, fingers facing away, lift your seat, and then slide your head back so you're on the top of the head. And then turn your hands around so that your fingers are facing a little bit outwards but towards your toes. Take a half breath in, hold your breath, come up, off the ground. And here you can start breathing again and just play around. Try to hold the pose a little bit longer again. Making an offering, smile. Look as though you're enjoying yourself. Remember, if God walked into the room and saw that everybody was struggling, you scare him away, right? Don't scare God away. Keep him here. Good. Push your feet back into your hands. Beautiful. Nice spot. Awesome. That's it. Turn your fingers out a little bit more. There you go. That'll keep your elbows in. You're fine. Slide your hands a little bit further. If you slide your hands a little bit further, like behind your head a little bit, they'll help as well. Okay, give you more strength. There you go. That's it. Okay? Nice. And then come back down. Beautiful. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Then come up to seated. Twist. So keep your left leg in front. Bring the right foot on the outside of the leg. The heel is somewhere between the knee and the ankle. Keep your leg charged. Bring the right hand right against the back at the center of the back. So if you lean back, you're not going to get the full extent of the pose. So try to keep your back straight. Left arm comes up and bring the form to the outside of the thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn to the right at the same time. Push the knee further beyond the left edge of the body. Try not to jam up your abdomen. Keep your abdomen free so you can keep on twisting. So these are detoxifying poses, twists. Imagine you're doing laundry. You're bringing out all the toxins out of the organs. If you want variations, bind or whatever, you can do that. Keep your chest open. That's it. So if you move your elbow a little bit inside, you can use your other hand to guide your elbow, your hands through first, and then. Yeah, okay, good. Keep upright. One more breath. Raise your body up higher. Exhale, twist. Try to imagine a spiral going all the way up the spine. Return. Switch your legs around. Your left foot comes onto the outside of the right leg. Make sure your leg's not going lazy, it's not flopping out to the side. Keep the knee and the toes pointing up. The foot again, not too close to the hip, move it further down. Left hand right down the center of the back against the back. Right arm up and press against the thigh. Inhale, lift up through the lower back. Exhale, turn to the left. Eventually your chin will come over your left shoulder. Turn all the way around as far as you can. You can only go as far as your imagination. That's what my teacher says. So keep cultivating your imagination to bring yourself into place further than you ever imagined. With constant practice, perhaps one day the body will obey. Have no expectations, just do your best. It's the effort that is most important. Keep practicing mindfully in a way that offers the best benefits to all beings. And come back, slowly lie on your back. If you need a blanket or something, you can take a blanket this time or a sweater. And then just prepare for Shavasana. Just bring yourself into a position that is conducive to completely letting go of all efforts. Let go of all mental, physical, and emotional barriers that prevent you from completely being receptive. Feel as though you're a vessel receiving everything now. Through the practice, through your own offering, you now receive all the benefits. You didn't even have to ask for it. They come just as a result of your goodness. So now remind yourself that this is an active form of meditation. Remain alert. Remain awake. So now bring your attention to your left foot. Allow it to go limp. The toes just flop. They go
become lifeless. The big toe down to little toe, all relieved of its tension. The bottom of the foot, the heel completely soft. The top of the foot relaxed. Allow the foot to just fall out to the right, to the left, dead-like. Ankle joint is loose and inactive. And then move up your leg towards onto the shin, the left shin. Feel as though all the muscles just dissolved completely, became like jello. With all the strength drawn out of the muscle, it becomes heavy. So we're just hanging off the bone. And then moving up to the knee joint, relax knee joint, no sensation at all in the knee. It's completely loose. And the left thigh now. Feel as though it became very heavy. Relax the thigh completely. Allow the muscles again to just dissolve into softness. Right foot. All your attention now goes to the right foot. Identify with the toes and allow them to just send the command to them to relax. Every one of them just falling loose and limp. Then the bottom of the foot and the heel, soft, no tension, no tightness. Top of the foot, soft as well. The ankle joint loose, so the foot just hangs off of it flimsily and just falls out to the right. Now moving up to the lower leg, the shin and the calf muscles, relax them. Allow them to become soft like jello. Move all the strength in them so that the leg feels heavy, all the muscles in the legs just hanging off the bones. The knee joint completely dead-like, loose, no sensations. And the right thigh now. Heavy, those muscles in those thighs, once you dissolve them into softness, just sinking into the ground. Both legs now, heavy as can be, so heavy you can't even move them. And the pelvis, heavy, feel it sinking down into the ground. Everything from the hips down, waist down. Heavy like an anchor holding down a boat. Feel everything sinking into the earth. The abdomen is soft, heavy as well, just sagging from its own weight, but not in an oppressive way, just loose and relaxed. The chest as well, just completely relaxed. Softness in the heart. Not a heavy feeling, not emotionally heavy or physically heavy. Just completely soft in every sense of the word. And now the left hand. Loosen all the fingers from the thumb down to the baby finger. Feel as though they were just limp and lifeless. The back of the hand like dead weight, just heavy on the ground, the palm soft, the wrist loose. So the hand just hangs off of it freely, flimsily. The forearm of the left arm, heavy as well as you release all the muscles there. Going limp. The elbow just, again, inactive, so that the signal can pass right through to the upper arm and dissolve all the muscles there as well. So the whole arm like dead weight. lifeless. The shoulder heavy, keeping the arm anchored in place. Now the right hand, starting with the fingers, let go of all the tension in the fingers so they're loose and limp. Back the hand, just resting on the mat heavily, the palms soft. Remain awake and alert. The wrist loose. Move your attention up to the lower arm, the right arm, and just allow all the muscles there to just dissolve. The elbow joint is inactive, just no sensation there. And the upper right arm now becomes heavy as well. Sinking into the ground, dropping down heavily. The right shoulder, no tension, no tightness. The shoulder just falls heavily, keeps the arm anchored in place. Collarbone heavy. So keep the shoulders grounded and heavy. Now all the internal organs, adjust them to just relax. They work hard, so allow them to take pause. Feel them becoming sluggish in their function, eventually stopping altogether. Even the blood, even the fluids in the body and the nerves just remain stagnant where they are. The whole body, all the organs, still like a corpse. Feel the back now sinking down, falling into the ground heavily. Relax the back, the neck, the throat, the scalp and the back of the head just pressing down into the mat. Feel as though the head were very heavy. Relax the forehead, no signs of strain, no frown lines etched into it. Relax the eyes, the eyebrows, no squinting, no tightening around the nose or in the cheeks or around the mouth. Everything's soft. The jaw is relaxed, tongue resting in its bed. The teeth not clenched or grinding, the throat just relaxed. And the brain now last of all has nothing to do now. The body is quiet, not even communicating with the body anymore. So then allow the brain to just go into a quiet state as well. That incessant hum and the chatter that's always going in the mind because of all the functions, because of all the thoughts. Imagine you turn it off like a radio. Everything's silent. And in this state, there's no longer any awareness or consciousness of the body or the mind, for you are not the body nor the mind. You're not even the emotions. Come and try to imagine now that true nature of yours, which is boundless, which is infinite. You can imagine it any way you like. Perhaps it's just open space filled with every color and vibration and sound imaginable. A heavenly Om, perhaps, just engulfing the whole scape of colors and sounds, openness, as infinite as you can imagine, as far as your eye can see. Boundless, just as the nature of love and wisdom. compassion and potential, all these qualities and virtues that we're trying to cultivate that represent your true nature. And be receptive to all of that and be part of that. Keep on contributing to that through your practice, through your good deeds and positive thoughts and loving words. Keep on absorbing all this goodness and keep giving back to it so that you continue to evolve with the rest of all beings. Bring us all to the place that we're trying to go, to God. So now make an intention of continuing to be receptive to that greater supreme consciousness. Repeat to yourself now the following sentence 3 times. I remain receptive to the supreme divine consciousness within. This way you remain close to God, always. God is within and all around. Now keep that ingrained in your mind and heart, that intention, come back to it every day and continue to remain receptive to it in your daily lives and your day-to-day interactions. So now, prepare to carry out that mission in your daily life. Prepare to come back from Shavasana now. Awaken. Come back from Shavasana. Find your way back into your body. Feel the breath now. Become aware of your fingers, your toes, the arms, the legs, the face, the inner workings of the body. Prepare to sit up. Do so in a way that is mindful, that is gentle. Keep your eyes closed. Continue to stay in a mindset that you're the witness watching the body moving. Instill the peace and the divinity within. See the divinity in all beings and send out your peace and love to all beings. Switch namaste to another. To know that we're all connected to one another. And be be receptive to the inner guru that resides within. Thank you so very much for joining. It's been an honor to be with you and to share space with you. Thank you. So for those who are staying for the kirtan, we'll take a little bit of break. You guys can have a chance to go out and do whatever. And then we're back here at 5 o'clock. So hope to see you there. If not though, I wish you well and I hope to see you again.